Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and happy Memorial Day. Honestly, I don't know if we should say happy Memorial Day, but in memorandum of Memorial Day for all those who fought for this country, who either didn't make it home from service or just from wherever they were, it's Memorial Day. So that's what it is today. And thank you to all those who did that for us for our freedom. So anyways, again, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom. And today we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 4, The Tell-All, the finale of The Tell-All, Part 3. So, okay, now I'm happy that The Tell-All is finally over when really it could have been over last week. Hopefully you all got a chance to see it either last night when it came out on streaming or today before this review came out. Hopefully everyone is doing well. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. Click the subscribe button, should be in the right hand side of your YouTube channel. I forgot what side it's on. Also hit the like button for me. That really helps the channel. Leave your comments on here on the chat or even on the replay. I read all the comments and I respond to all the comments. And tell a friend to tell a friend, because guess what? 90 Day Fiancé isn't just over today for The Other Way Tell-All finale. Next Sunday, we're going to start 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. One of those franchises. Anyways, it's back on again June 4th, so we'll be back next week for that. And then tomorrow night is, or actually not tomorrow night, tonight is 90 Day Love in Paradise. So as a reminder, I will put out a quick video for the Love in Paradise, because as a consensus, we came together and said, you know what, it's not really giving the way it should. It's about 45 minutes and a quick little video to watch of my comments review about it. I'll just put it out tomorrow and you can watch it from there. Hopefully you will support the channel. So thank you so much. Let's see who's here. We have Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Hello. And Tamika. Hey, girl. Hey. Yes, it was relaxing. I chose to do nothing. I really enjoyed that. Yes, I hope you did too. And hello to everyone on the replay. So a quick little overview of the finale of The Tell-All Part 3. We begin with all the couples. We actually see Chris's mom, Mona, come out to defend her daughter. Talk about, I think Chris was a sugar mama. I'm like, a sugar mama? Y'all couldn't even pull no receipts. How are you a sugar mama and you can't pull no receipts? Now, I understand going hard for your kids, right? Because I go hard for mine and have in the past. But, I mean, you're not going to be pulling me into no nonsense, no drama, especially at what Chris is like 40, 50? Oh, no. I'm not still coming in your drama. I mean, with your kids, you may get drug into a little something when they're like a teenager or maybe early 20s. They're still trying to, figure their way out in life. But absolutely not. Not at 40. I'm not coming on TV being embarrassed by you because you couldn't get your stuff together. And then we also have Mahmoud and his brother on as well. I think his name is Ahmed. He's on with Mahmoud, giving his 2 cents of what he felt was going on in the relationship with Mahmoud and Nicole. And you know what? When Mahmoud and his brother, I'm not gonna get the accent every time, so just bear with me, Mahmoud instead of Mahmoud, okay? They were back in the back, talking, laughing, smirking, carrying on. And it came across rude. Yes, I know there's different ways people express emotions and things like that. And let me give a side example. Like for soccer, American soccer, I know the rest of the world calls it football, their football, right? And so when you're booing, they tend to whistle. That's a bad thing for them. For us, whistling is okay, right? It's not like it's a boo, but maybe that's what they were trying to get at, but it didn't come across like they were showing their emotions in the right way, like laughing and joking. So we have them on the show. We also actually get to see Monica Gabe's sister came on the show to explain her reason as to why she didn't come to the wedding. And you know what? Her reason that she gave wasn't a reason, in my opinion. It was like, first of all, you had those same comments, those same thoughts when you came to Columbia, when you met at the airport, when you were driving Gabe back to the airport to go to Columbia before you and your mom came. So if that was a reason why you didn't go to the wedding, because both of you are stubborn and you said what you normally say when he's dating. Okay, no. There's way more to this dynamic than we're seeing on TV. And it's giving, I think someone said on the show that they need therapy. I highly agree. I think they need sibling therapy, maybe, or just family therapy in general. Maybe Gabe's transition still may not be forefront or fully accepted, even though they seem like they accept it. Maybe it's not fully accepted, and Monica still thinks like she has to protect her brother because of the fact that he transitioned and doesn't want him to get hurt, and just different little things like that. But I mean, that was just the silliest reason to me. You flew all that way. She said she was sitting in a chair getting her hair done, this and that, and you turned around and didn't go. No, I wasn't here for that. And then we also see Danielle's ex, Talon, join the show. Talon didn't really give a whole lot. He gave really the same energy he gave the first time, right? Like, oh, I'm just here for Danielle. We're friends. And, she's a good person to talk to, lean on, and that's it. And no, we're not romantic anymore. Okay. And then also, too, just the fact of Debbie and actually Gabe still giving their 2 cents in on on different relationships. Debbie really has turned it 180 degrees for me. We were thinking it was Debbie, the damsel in distress. Absolutely not. Debbie, I never thought I was going to say this because I kind of felt for her when she was in Morocco. She's like, oh, Osama, this and that. No. Debbie, I'm sorry to say, she kind of got what she deserved. Especially how she's coming out now, how she just comes across as if, like I used the word last week, she's giving entitled, just based off the comments with different couples up there. It gives entitled to me. Let me read a few comments and I'm going to drop the link and we could discuss the show together if you like. Sharon, you say, seems like everyone was Team Jamie. I didn't see Jamie doing no work, just looking pretty. Sharon, you don't think... So you weren't Team Jamie. You were on the side of Chris. What, with Chris saying that she was doing all these things for Jamie, and Jamie was just kind of like, are you saying that you thought maybe Chris was a sugar mama? Because I have to say, I mean, your comment is your comment. That's fine. I have to say I was Team Jamie on this one because Jamie, at least from my perspective, provided some sort of receipt on her phone. It may not have been all the receipts, but she had something to show. Versus Chris and her mom had zero to show. Chris is still filled with, in my opinion, reasons, rationales, excuses, and lack of accountability. That's why I think a lot of people was like Team Jamie, because I'm like, Chris, no. And Chris gives me like, when Jamie said that you call me the B word all the time, I can see Chris doing that because Chris pops off. She was popping off sitting there. She acted like she was in another world. She acted like she just was being bothered and, like she has this to say, but no, I got other things to do, And I'm like, Chris, no. There was always something with Chris I couldn't quite put my finger on, but, each his own. Sharon, you also say Gabe's sister was acting, well, I think you mean acting, quite weird to me. I don't believe her excuses. I don't believe her excuses either. That was just not a reason to come to the wedding the next morning after you just flew all the way over there. Like, no. To make you say Monica was still making about her, but her dress was cute. Her dress was cute. And you know what? Maybe, was it just me? I was like, they're a cute family. Like, I can see Gabe before his transition. I'm like, yeah, I can see them being, at the time before being sisters. Like, yeah, this cute little family. Gabe isn't unattractive, but you could tell they're family. So, and that dress was the business. And I was like, oh, girl, you wore the dress that you're supposed to wear to the wedding. And then we're going to get into it. But Gabe and the miscommunication, and then Isabel with a miscommunication. So in a way, Monica was right just a little bit, but her reasons not to come to the wedding is where it makes them look like, excuse me, where it makes her look like she was the bad guy, when in fact it was a miscommunication on her brother's side, you know? Okay, Tamika, you also say, I don't believe Chris only sent 1750. I think she would have to send more than that for the apartment. So yeah. And then you also say, and what door did Chris kick in with that bad neck? Okay. She said she kicked in her ex-boyfriend of 5 years or whoever, 5 years, 5 months. She kicked in, got that phone, and then she hightailed it out there as if he don't know where she lives. Okay. She act like she lives somewhere like he can't find her, you know? But anyways, Chris gives me that she messes with just perception. Like, you know, men who may play, and it's not a bad way, okay? Maybe like play pool or like in a motorcycle group, things like that. She gives me motorcycle group, motorcycle babe. That's what she gives me. That's the look, the weathered face. Yeah, that's what she gives me. But anyways, are you you ready backstage? Okay, I'm reading. I was talking, I looked down, I saw you shaking your head. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
How you feeling today?
I am ripped. That's how I feel. It's
Okay.
been on the go all weekend. But I'm good.
I saw your Instagram posts.
Yes.
I think that's cool. I really do. I think that's cool. I really do. Okay, so let's start off with Chris and Jamie. So Chris's mom, Mona, joined the show. And of course, she's going to defend her daughter, as she should, because I would defend mine. But I'm only going to defend you to a point, because you're not going to be embarrassing me on TV. You already got me on this show for, you know, the nonsense you were doing. And she's well over 40 plus. She's very well seasoned. So she, you know, you're lucky I'm sitting here as your mama, right? And so, but I think Chris is full of excuses. She's had identity theft. She had that motorcycle. She's had her son's issues, which I get that as a parent because, you know, I mean, my issues that I had to help him out, you know, with court, little things like that. So I get that part. But if you're dedicated to a woman, you're now a wife in Colombia, your children are, you know, you can only help them a certain amount of time after they're over a certain age. We can't save them from everything after a certain age, right? We could maybe, if necessary, give bail money, give a little rent money, give grocery money. Anything else, the court don't want to hear from you or whatever, because you can't help them out with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Chris is full of excuses. I do agree with you that she's probably sent more money, but since Jamie has some receipts in her phone, that makes Jamie more believable.
Right. I agree.
Okay. So the mom was saying that she also sent from her PayPal, what, thousands of dollars? I think even if have you ever, this is for everybody here and on the replay, have you ever transferred, maybe it depends on your bank, from savings to checking 1 too many times? Because I did like 3 times. I had a little bit more extra in like in the savings account. And by my third transfer over to checking, it gave me a flag that said you only have 5 times before it's reported. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even transferring thousands. I'm just transferring like 100, 200 here or there. So how are you sending X amount of dollars through a PayPal, different app or whatever, and it's not being flagged? That's why I also tend to believe Jamie. They will those receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, am I freezing? Yeah. Okay. So have you ever done that? Have you ever seen that with?
I know, like with my PayPal, I can send money, but I don't send nobody no money. They usually send me money for my services, but yeah, and I know when I did have, my accounts, I had a savings and a checking. Yes, you can only transfer 5 times before they be like, nope, you can't transfer no more for the rest of the month. So
exactly,
it's just, yeah, it's given, they're both got their own truths. I don't want to call them neither somebody lying, but they both got their own truths. But when Chris said she kicked in the door, I'm like, girl, stop lying.
My neck, my back.
My back, honey. Okay, stop lying. And then did you see how she was just sitting in that chair, all like laid back? And I'm just like, and then, like you said, as a mom, we gonna have our kids back. But I always tell my daughter, I'm gonna have your back, but I'm also gonna be on the side of right. And don't have me nowhere looking crazy. Because
Right.
I told your tail not to do this anyway. But
Right.
I'm gonna be on your side, but I'm also gonna be on the side of right. And she
Exactly.
knows that.
Exactly. I know it too, but sometimes things happen. Like you said too. Don't have me up here embarrassing me, looking crazy, because I
Right.
can't help you if you are. You know what I'm saying? Tell me the truth. All I can do is be mad, but if I can't help you if I don't know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Exactly.
but anyway,
Exactly.
Sharon says they're both toxic. They are. I do believe that. I don't think that Jamie was a sugar mama. She's not giving sugar mama vibes, because if she was, she wouldn't complain
No.
about an extra $100 of rent.
Or like a
Yeah,
sweet and low mama.
there you go. I like that, a sweet little mama. She cheap. I think that Jamie was talking to that other lady probably during the whole
Mm-hmm.
time, like you had suggested before. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris also, because she came back to the States, that she was living a double life. I think she was living one anyways, because she went all the way to
Yeah.
Colombia to live her truth, right? So I think she
Mm-hmm.
was definitely a double life. It's like
Yeah.
her mom said, she say something like it's a shame that she went all that way to live her truth. So I agree with that, what the mom was saying with
Yeah.
that. But I
Yeah.
don't believe the mom sent all that money like that. And I did listen, if you got identity theft, which I have before years ago,
Yeah. So have I.
and you asking me to send my I am not sending that.
Mm-mm.
No. I'm not doing that for you. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to find another way to get it there, or she would just have to. I mean, where's Jamie now? She's still in that apartment, or she moved?
I'm not sure if she's still there or not.
Mm.
Because she afford it by
No, well, we know
herself?
she can afford it. No, she can afford it.
Yeah, she's probably gone.
Because that was Chris's thing when she left the first time to come back. She's like, "That's why I'm not paying your bills. Get someone else to do it." She was just waiting, in my opinion, to say that to Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Because she
Mm-hmm.
knew she couldn't do it, so throwing it back in her face. That's what I don't
Yeah.
like about Chris. Like, she just seems like you can't. You know what I'm saying? Anything she
And
does for you, she's gonna remind you about it. That's not cool.
yeah,
You know.
right. Now I also think she got over there and she saw that it wasn't giving her what she needed. So she made those excuses. I don't
Mhm.
think she was in as much pain as she's been in, because if you see her in the States, she ain't in that pain.
No, she's not.
So yeah, so was it a mental thing where she was faking it, or was it like mental where, okay, my mind is telling me I'm in this pain and I need this and I need that, and I really don't, but I just need to get back home because this is not where this is. I didn't expect this.
Right. I don't know. Honestly, Chris is she went over with other intentions. Yes, she wanted to be
Yeah.
with the woman for the first time, but I still say there's other things going on, because there's so many missing
Hmm.
people there. All
Yeah.
right. So, and then I have here, so Debbie, of course, is putting her 2 cents in, is taking up for Chris again. And Debbie, like I said, her entire, Debbie the dreamer has been flipped upside down.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
feel sorry for her. Debbie was just like, oh, I'm on Chris's side. She's a user. I'm like, how would you know? If Jamie's a user, what is Osama? A user and a baby.
Hmm.
Right. Anyways.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So next up is Nicole and Mahmoud and his brother. So I have here, they're doing a lot of laughing, smirking, making faces. So Sean is asking Mahmoud's brother, does he think he was been hard on Nicole? And of course he said no. He goes, she has problems. I'm her brother first. She should come to me. I'm thinking no, because we only met
No.
when they had that problem. Well, that's not true. The first time with his wife, and then when they had that problem. So why would Nicole feel comfortable coming to you about her husband?
Exactly.
So then Sean showed the scenes where they're arguing in the streets, and that's when Mahmoud grabbed her by her wrists.
Yeah,
And
that
that's
was a bit much.
Yeah, that's when we saw the Moroccan Mahmoud come out. He was like, if you was a real Moroccan woman, this wouldn't be happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Egyptian.
Excuse me, Egyptian. You're right. That's Osama. That wouldn't be happening. Yeah, we probably wouldn't hear from Nicole anymore if she was of the same culture. Honestly, I don't think even producers would have been able to save her if it went any further than that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So because it's a male-dominated society, one, and two, they believe in too. So, but anyway, so what do you think about him laughing and carrying on? Do you think it was and smirking? Do you think it was part of like nervousness? Because I didn't get nervousness. I just thought like this is just what we do, and you got to deal with it.
No, they were laughing. That wasn't a nervous laugh. A nervous laugh is sometimes like a little smile or smirk. They were laughing, and at her expense, and how she felt. And if she don't, he's young. Nicole is 40 years old, and he's still in his mid-20s. So he's still young.
Yeah, he's
Is he in
younger.
his 30s? Okay, so he's still young-minded. This is his first real relationship. He don't know what to do.
Right.
And he don't know how to act. And then now, you mad because she went through your phone. Yeah, she probably shouldn't have went through your phone. However, don't give her a reason to.
Right. And I thought Nicole was being very speaking up for herself.
Yes, that too.
And I was like, okay, girl, so you speaking up for yourself, that's a good thing. But how long is that gonna last?
Right.
How long is it gonna last? Because I actually heard he was here in the States.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah,
because she's like, regardless of the culture, I'm gonna do what I want, say what I want, this, that. That's fine. You can do that because you're here at home. But as far as Mahmoud, who has never come off the stance, regardless of how he portrays himself, he's never come off the stance like he's an Egyptian. He follows this tradition, this culture, this religion, and it's what he and that religion expects it to be.
Right.
I don't think, him come over here to try to save the relationship is going to do anything different. So I thought it was very interesting how Danielle tried to make their relationship that she has with Nicole has with Mahmoud and Danielle has with Johan similar with the culture thing.
Nah.
Go ahead.
No, I said no. It's not the same.
From the outside looking in, the Dominican Republic, yeah, they're traditional, but they're not like strict religious the way Mahmoud is. So to me, it's not the same. I think she was trying to get at like maybe they're the same like machismo, but Mahmoud don't give me machismo. He just to me is firm with the religion as the forefront. Versus Johan is like he expects cook, clean babies, barefoot, pregnant, but in the States to make money to send back. To me, it's a difference. Let's see. So then Nicole talked about what happened with the lady in China. I still laugh at that. I just think it's funny. She's like, yeah, at first it was like a professional conversation, but you get into the TVs, this and that. I was hoping that Sean pulled his brother's card and said, wait a minute, isn't your wife also from China? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that is not a coincidence at all. It's like, okay, if Nicole doesn't want to walk this line, go ahead and get you someone. Maybe my wife know someone from her little town or wherever she's from that's single. Maybe you could talk to them and like that. Do you feel the same way or everyone?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And because he probably wanted somebody that's going to be a little bit more submissive to what what they want. But his brother should have stopped him from doing all of that and saying, that's wrong.
Yeah. But if his brother agrees with him, maybe not necessarily agree, but feels like if he's not doing nothing wrong to get him to the States, that seemed like that was a push, like, oh, he needs to go over there, see how it is, so you never know. Sharon says it's not going to work in the long run. They don't even have chemistry. I don't think so either. I'm glad you said that, Sharon, because I don't think so. I don't know what they had in common. I think, is it because Nicole come from a small town in Idaho, they said, the only child, and she's like,
No.
What'd you think?
Mm-mm. I think it's more him because he doesn't have any experience.
Okay, that's true.
And,
But if
or
he,
maybe,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
or maybe they don't show that on camera because of the religion. Because, sometimes, or in public. Because
Mm-hmm.
some of the religions, they can't show affection in public, even if they're married. Like they can't hold hands and different things of that nature.
Right. That's true. Very, very true. That's true. But if he asked her to marry him while they met inside of a fabric store after only knowing each other for 5 days,
That's the problem right there.
there it is. That's the problem right there. Nicole doesn't give me that she has emotion. I mean, yes, she cried because she was upset, but she's not giving me over like normal emotion. She just gives plain
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
like literally like she's a mannequin,
The
not trying.
RBF.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you looked at when they would show her face,
Mm-hmm.
it was literally a statue.
Yeah.
When Gio said she looked like a mannequin, it ain't lying.
It doesn't move. There's no cracks.
She just real look
Yeah.
just like that the whole time. And I'm just like, is she moving?
Right. Is she gonna
Somebody tap her. Is she alive?
blink?
Right. Blink once or yeah.
If you need help, blink twice,
Something.
That's exactly how she looks. So all right. So now let's move back to Gabe and Isabel. So again, Sean brings in Monica. Monica says that Gabe is the reason why. He tells her she's the reason why all his relationships have failed. How can he put that on his sister?
Yeah, it's not all her fault. And I think Monica, even though she loves Gabe as her brother,
Mm-hmm.
she probably still feels the type of way because she lost her sister.
Yes.
And I still think that even though she loves Gabe and loves him as her brother, I think she lost that sister. And then they're all not communicating. Nobody's talking to nobody because how she don't know what the colors are?
Okay.
You came in with a whole green dress and they colors wasn't green. And then, the sister wanted her to be a bridesmaid. And when was you going to tell me?
And on top of that, how can you make me a dress if you don't know what size I am?
Right.
That's number one. Two, so here's the thing. So Gabe and Monica are going back and forth, even before she even came to Columbia. And he said before, again, that she's the reason why his relationships don't work out, because apparently when he brings these girlfriends home or around, and let me just say this, Gabe, listen, everybody you date doesn't need to come home. Everybody don't need to meet everybody because everybody's not for everybody. That's number one. That's exactly what I tell my kids. Don't be bringing everybody here because not everybody is long term, right? So if Monica has comments of the ladies that he meets and she's telling him, do you think he's saying that she's telling his past girlfriends too? That's the reason why they broke up? Kind of like, oh, maybe your sister talked bad about me. Because if that's the case, they weren't meant for you anyways, because what your sister got to say, what's that got to do with me and you? She don't have to like me like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we married or anything like that. And even if we were married, what's that got to do with our relationship?
Exactly. And he's talking too much.
Yes. So I think there's inappropriate boundaries on both sides. I also agree that she's grieving a sister. And even though she accepts her brother, she is grieving her sister in that family dynamic. And Gabe, he was trying to throw his sister under the bus, but I just don't think that they have the right conversation. The conversations always seem like they turn around to the same exact thing. They can never go forward. That seems like that's part of the issue. And so when Monica said that they were out until like 2:30 in the morning before the wedding, she's like, well, you don't got to stop the party, but I got to get some rest so I can wake up, get my hair done, this and that. That caused the riff why she didn't come? more than
It
that.
was Isabel. Remember, Isabel got there late, and I apparently as soon as Isabel got there, Monica was like, "I'm ready to go,"
Oh,
and he didn't want her to leave because he was like he didn't want Isabel to think it was her fault.
oh, okay. But I mean, you can't. If your sister don't like her, then that don't mean nothing. But still, why was that a factor of not coming to the wedding? Because she's leaving?
Exactly.
That don't even make sense. I heard it,
Hmm.
I rewinded it a few times. I'm like, that don't make sense at all. But
Not at all.
Sharon says she came to Columbia with an attitude because some things Gabe told her. Well, I think Monica just has an attitude in general. Some people just have a different type of personality. That's what I think. And I think that maybe she's seen her brother go through ups and downs in relationships because of what he had to go through. So I think that plays a factor
Hmm.
too. But hi Dolores, how are you? But
Hey, Dolores.
I just think that it was a bunch of miscommunication. And guess what? I originally thought it was on Monica. I think a lot of it, the majority, 51%, goes to Gabe and Isabel. How's she gonna come and she don't know nothing? She hadn't been fitted for no dress. She don't know what role she was gonna play in the wedding. She just didn't know anything. No, I give them the majority. She was still wrong, but I mean, how does she not know these things?
And so how can she be a bridesmaid as well as walk her brother down the aisle? Because you hear what Gabe said. It was originally supposed to be his mom and her walking her down the aisle. Yet Isabel was like, "Oh no, I want her to be a bridesmaid." Well, which is it? So she gonna walk down the aisle and then hurry back to the back and then walk by herself, or with an escort or whatever?
No, she would have. Okay, so if you are walking him down the aisle, that's true because he would go first. You're right.
Exactly.
Just shimmy to the side, but yes, you have to go back around. But I'm just saying, you're right for that. And then again, I'm back to that dress. So those dresses, the wedding was last minute. She didn't even go to the house to be fitted, none of that, and Gabe didn't say. So then,
Gabe didn't know.
so that makes me think that maybe Monica is, right about a little something when it comes to her brother.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really wish them the best, but I was happy to see that when they were talking, that he got up to sit next to her to have a conversation with her. And I'm thinking, how come they couldn't did this before? They hadn't talked before. All they have done is like send each other gifts. I'm like, really? To me, that's not a conversation. Sending
No.
about anything is not conversation. You just, to me, you trolling. That's a troll.
Uh-huh.
So they hugged it out.
Who needs some masculinity classes? Okay.
They hugged it out and went on from there. Oh, you muted your, oh my, good. Anyway, girl, come on back. He do give a lot of little side face and little side looks. I'm just saying, he just does. Anyways.
Listen, I'm all woman, and that don't nothing on hanging on a woman excite me, but I got a little bit more masculinity than he does.
Dolores says lack of communication between Gabe and Monica.
Definitely.
Gabe is definitely a busybody. For real. Take that however way you want it. He is a busy body and not in a good way. It comes across. That's what that means. It does. It comes across busybody messy. Yeah. All right. So backstage, we got Jen going to call Rishi to tell him that if his mama say one more thing about his age, it's over. I don't effing care. I said, girl, like I said last week, the minute you called my mom out her name, it's over. We cannot continue. You should never be comfortable to say that about my mom.
Never.
Period. In the story. And look, and we're not married. Oh no. But Rishi was like trying to make it seem like it was, calm her down. Like maybe it's a cultural thing and she didn't mean it. She meant it.
She meant it.
Because she said it more than twice. She said it
Yeah.
on the tell-all, and when we saw them on the show, she meant that.
Yeah.
Rishi, I think Rishi is struggling because yes, he wants to be with Jen in a way, but he knows he's being pulled culturally. He's the oldest son. He needs to be married. He needs to produce and get his mom and his uncle someone to take care of the household.
Mm-hmm.
Jen knows this. Why is Jen sitting here snotting and crying every time we see her about how old she is? Jen, you are a year and change away from 50.
Right.
That's facts. What about the
Right.
age? It's not about I don't think the mother was being malicious, not like
No.
being malicious about it, period. Jen is older. Jen probably, if she can produce, I mean, it might be a little bit harder. And Jen don't want to live in with the household. So where is the lie the mother is telling? Where's the lie? I don't understand.
Nowhere.
And then the audacity is when Jen gave her number to Debbie's son. So you can't have it both ways, Jen. You can't be snotting and crying about Rishi when it's like, he is kind of cute though. I said, girl,
That ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. With his attitude,
right.
He might be nice. From what we got, he was different. So he might
Yes.
be, yeah.
Sharon says, Jen, you're too old for him. Get over it. Exactly. Too old.
Yeah.
If there wasn't expectations with the tradition and having the next generation, then, they might be able to work, I guess, temporarily, but I still don't see it long run. I just don't see a long run. But then again, so let me jump back to the phone number. So does this mean that Jen is cheating on Rishi since she gave her number out? Because that's how I took it. So now you cheat.
Are they together though?
Well,
Jen says no. He says they're engaged.
Well, why is she crying then? What's she crying for?
Jen is just a ball of mess.
So, well, I mean, like I said, she's gave her number out. So you either gonna try to pretend like you don't see what Rishi's family wants, or you gonna be over here see what's happening with Debbie's son Judah. Which one is it? Because I was like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. But I also thought it was interesting that Gabe was telling, what was it? Debbie, Nicole, Danielle, and Gabe were saying that Rishi needs to man up, and Debbie says she's not impressed and he's two-faced. I said, Debbie, if you don't be quiet,
if you don't shut your old tail up,
if you don't, what is it?
Get you some Geritol.
Do they still make that?
Or Ensure?
Still, it's like two-faced. How was Rishi two-faced? How was he?
He's not.
Why she got to give her 2 cents with everything?
Everything.
But anyway, so I guess Jen and Gabe, those two, that Gabe is doing the counseling session like they should be doing Married at First Sight. He's the counselor of the show, and Debbie's the sidekick apparently. So, but anyways, last but not least, Johan and Danielle and Taylin.
Taylin just came in and tore up.
Danielle feels that we saw her last. The relationship was done for lack of respect. But then Danielle, you want to talk about two-faced. I think Danielle's two-faced. I definitely think she's two-faced. Because in one moment she's done, next she's like, oh, we have a good relationship. And, some days we have good days, we have bad days. So Sean was like, so rank it 1 out of 10. She's like, a 20. She, again, another one too old to be doing that.
Oh, then we are -5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got your ex-boyfriend sitting here next to you, and you still got pictures in the house and all this and that, and you just don't see anything wrong with that. And it's like, if I can't have friends, he needs to figure it out for himself because this is what I'm gonna do. I'm like, this is why we see you as demasculating Johan.
Yeah.
But she can't see it though. She can't see it. But Johan said, listen, he's tired of this mess. Okay. He's tired. He's tired of Danielle. He don't feel the same about her no more. When they showed the clips of that surprise birthday party, didn't it look like a kid's party? I'm like, where the adults at? It looked like a whole
Right.
bunch of nieces and nephews sitting around. I'm like, this is a kid's party. But it was still a surprise party. That's when it all started because she wanted to invite Taylor to the surprise party. Who does this? I don't care how cool you are. I don't
Right.
care how cool you are, whether you're married or not. You can't just be invited to the blast from the past to your significant
Mm-hmm.
surprise birthday and expect them to be cool with this. Like, I don't know
Exactly.
anybody who would be cool with this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she's all oblivious as to, her feelings were hurt and she just didn't want to show out in front of his family. But I'm like, Danielle, what did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
what's your thoughts? Go ahead.
Yeah, you cannot invite the ex to his party, and you talking to him the day before his party. So that's why he didn't acknowledge her, which was kind of wrong that he didn't, but I understood why he didn't,
Right.
but when he was like, when she says sometimes she's done, yeah, he done. He not like Monique when she's like, no, I was done, but I ain't done. Oh no, he done.
Yeah,
And he said,
done.
I swear on my mama. I was like, oh
yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Because you just don't say that. You just
nah.
You don't. That's serious to me. But hold your thought real quick. Dolores says, "Do you guys think Debbie's son and Jenny will make a good couple?" Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Debbie will have her hand in the relationship, but I think Jen has to get over Rishi first. She's not over Rishi. Until she gets over Rishi, I don't think she'd be a good couple with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion on that. Dolores also says, I think Johan is down with Danielle. She is so disrespectful. Yeah, she is. She is. Hi, Rory. Hey, how you doing?
Rory.
And so, let's see. So, what do we think, Taylor? What is his actual role? Because when he said, I just want Danielle to, be my friend, and I just could get some good advice for her, this and that. I'm like, so you came all the way to the Dominican for what?
He came to the Dominican at her invite. Let's be clear.
I know, but for
she probably invited him because that's her friend. Because of how she sees it is that if Johan had a chick that he used to date and he was intimate with, I still want to meet her because I want to know about Johan, which is crazy because why don't she know about him? Mm-hmm. And then so she's seeing it as if there's nothing wrong because if I'm okay with it and I'm okay with you bringing your ex, you should be okay with me bringing mine.
Mm-hmm. Sharon says Jen's too nutty. Oh, excuse me. The elevator doesn't go up to the top. Hey, Rory, what's your take on this?
For the Johan and Danielle situation?
Yes.
Basically, Danielle, she is so disrespectful. Just straight up disrespectful because for me, and if I was in Johan's shoes, like, it's the ultimate disrespect because she ruined his birthday for one thing. Mm-hmm. And then she keeps talking about her ex. My whole thing is, if your ex was so wonderful, mm-hmm. Why aren't you with him? Why are you with Johan?
Yeah.
Because even Johan made a good point yesterday. He's like, last night actually, he was just like, you always disrespect me for so long. I'm done. Soon as the lease is done here, I'm done with you. And he pretty much just washed his hands of everything.
Yeah. Because mm-hmm. No, I was gonna say, I thought that was very interesting when he said that, when he said the mom point, like he said, Tamika, and then he said that the lease was up, and then he was talking about, when she's like, oh, if I didn't give money, he wouldn't do anything. He's like, oh no, I give you half the money. So somewhere in there, Danielle has dropped the ball, and Johan is tired. And I think he was tired before Taylor came in the picture. I honestly do. I just because that American dream wasn't satisfied. That's what I think.
Yeah, and plus as well, Johan has to take care of his family and put money for her. So he is already worked. Like the candle's burning at both ends. He's done.
Yeah.
And Danielle does not contribute anything to help him out, at least help him, put stuff towards his family or help with some of the bills, right? Because because I don't know if you heard, but I didn't even hear anything about Danielle like contributing a whole bunch of money to anything. She was just like kind of forcing some tears to maybe come out, but not really. But maybe I'm just observing too much.
I think Danielle, she's one of those that seem like she could cry at the drop of a dime. She just gives me that, like, anything that happens, she's like, oh, make some tears come out, like actressy. That's what she gives me. But I just think, just like Sharon says, she did lead Johan on making him believe he's come to America to work. And I also believe Danielle did provide a lot more than Johan did, because American dollars translate into more in other places than over there. That was part of the issue too.
Because I think the dollar was stronger in the Dominican, but also at the same time, if you're gonna be with someone, you have to really, really get to know them, not just deciding just to drop different like timbits every single time when you feel like it,
Right.
Because for me, because I do have Latin roots myself, that the ultimate disrespect when she's like, oh, well, it's not a big deal that my ex is coming over. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Like, you two may be friends, but the thing is just like, you don't see me come around and disrespect you with my ex and talk about this person all the time. But I think the golden egg, and I'm going to just go into a comic book reference. So I think the Easter egg that was dropped in our lap and we didn't expect it was when Johan said, well, everywhere in the house there's pictures of her and her ex. I'm like, what?
I know that right there. That's nothing that got me too. Like, there's no exes.
That was a gotcha.
Yeah. So really, that was it. I did read remember I told you I saw a lot of this information before on the People magazine that they are not together. That they're not together. They're broken up. So that's one thing. And the only people
you kind of broke up. Who's not together?
Put like this, only two people who are together is Nicole and Mahmoud, and Gabe and Isabel. Those are the only two couples that are still together. Everybody else is no longer. That includes Danielle and Johan, Chris and Jamie, of course, and who's the other one?
Debbie and Osama.
Yeah, that's it. So those two, the only ones together. Still.
Johan got his freedom back. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Jesus. Also, too, even though next week's 90 Days is going to be a completely different show, but rumors are that Nicole and Mahmoud might be on the 90 day after the 90 days after the next series come up. That's the rumor. I read that today. If they last that long, so they're supposed to be on that season coming up. So
really, there was one picture that came. There was one thing that came up online. I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you guys saw it. Where, like Mahmoud came to LA.
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's definitely here. He came May 23rd to be exact. So just the other day, May 23rd. He's been there 6 days. That's why I said that. Where are they now? They're supposed to be taping that now for after this 90 day go off that's coming on Sunday. They're supposed to be on the next installment of that. So, but all right, that was it. I'm not gonna keep y'all. That was it. Did y'all have any last comments about Danielle and all the other couples who?
Just only my last comment.
Okay.
Is just like, I think there was a lot with Chris. She seems very unstable because if you could drop kick a door, but you complain about your neck and your back, something's a little off there. But I think that whole money thing is gonna be like one of the biggest news for the summer because Chris is saying that her account got hijacked. If your account got hijacked, wouldn't the bank call you? Like, like
Not telling the truth. She's not. But I did see Chris on Instagram 2 days ago. She's working with what was it, Tamika? Was it a homeless shelter or something?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
huh.
Working with a homeless shelter. I can tell you what it is if you want. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw her on there and I was like, interesting. And she looks more worn down and weathered than she does on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to talk bad about her. That's just what she looks like. She looks really
It
bad.
is what it is.
Yeah, she just looks I don't want to say busted. I would just say just like life wasn't too good to her because I'm pretty sure, and I may be just shooting off the cuff, but I know when you have PayPal, like it's connected to your bank account. So I don't know with that whole mother situation with the money going to Jamie, where she said it was thousands of dollars, which was really under 1,800. So something seems a little sus, but I know other stuff will come up during the summer because it usually does for one 90-day couple or formal couple.
I put in the comments if you're interested in looking at her Instagram. It's called Crazy K Boog 1. That's her IG. That's her IG. So you'll see her on there, and I'm sure she'll have much to say. So
yeah, she had a crazy rant about a week ago saying that she wasn't no drug addict.
Yeah, I saw that too. But since all that's alleged, I don't want to get into that because that's with her son. So you never know. So Tamika, did you have any last words for this episode?
No, I'm all good.
We're good on the tell-all.
Listen, right. The game about to come on. It's game 7.
All right.
I'll be listening to Game 7 because I was on bated breath while I was in the hospital watching like Game 6 and then hopping like to watch the NHL Game 5 between Michael the Knights and Dallas. So I was on bated breath the whole weekend.
Well, good luck to whoever you're rooting for.
I just want to see a good game.
There you go. Okay.
Pistons not in it, so I'm all right.
All right.
It will be good. It will be good. Hopefully there'll be no death threats to children like they did to DeRozan's daughter. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll have a video out tomorrow for the Love in Paradise, so we won't be live tomorrow, but we'll be live on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone joining. I really do. Have a good evening.
Sorry, it's so late, but yeah.
That's all right. Take care. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.